Schools around the U.S. are faced with a huge problem each year: teen drug abuse. According to the Brown University Child and Adolescent Behavior Letter, in 2017, 27.8% of seniors in high schools had reported vaping in the past year. And in 2018, this number rose to 37.3%. But get this, the same year, in 2018, 6% of seniors in high schools had been using marijuana daily. Teens are finding new ways every day to use different types of drugs, such as nicotine and marijuana. Drugs have a very negative impact on the brain, especially since we're teens. The prefrontal cortex doesn't fully develop until you are 25. This part of the brain is made to make important decisions, and since this part of the brain isn't fully developed in us yet, we tend to make some pretty poor decisions, hence abusing drugs. So how can we solve this massive problem of teen drug abuse in the U.S., and specifically in high schools in Wauwatosa?
There is a major issue with teen drug and substance use, and it is increasing. According to the 2011 Youth Risk Behavior Surveillance data, 39.9% of students had used marijuana one or more times during their life, and 23.1% of students used marijuana one or more times during the 30 days before the survey. Due to target marketing towards teens by making devices small and concealable, they have also sold flavored substances to be more appealing. The need to fit in is greater than teens' health. We want to challenge the use of drugs and substances amongst teens. The goal is to work towards stopping drug use completely amongst teens.
To enact change, we're going to have posters around the school to inform people of why drug use is harmful and not good. We will also have vape detectors to deter those who vape, and there will also be rewards for people that turn information and drop boxes for people to turn in anything they find. And the rewards include extra credit, retakes, and parking passes. To disagree peacefully with the majority, our posters are informative and encouraging instead of accusing and advertising harsh punishments. If someone is caught using, they will have a 90-minute meeting with a parent or guardian and an addiction counselor.
We will be presenting our impactful plan to Mr. Hughes, students in the Wauwatosa School District, specifically the ones at East and West, and most of all, present to PTA board members so they can make a difference along with the community.
Although these ideas sound great, there are some drawbacks. We need to consider if any of these ideas will actually change the behavior of teens. Vape detectors can be easily broken. Money is also something to consider. It costs a lot of money to put in vape detectors, especially if we put in detectors in both high schools and middle schools. There are always ways around vape detectors, like vaping into a backpack or sleeves. If the alarm goes off, a teacher might not get there in time to catch the person. According to Wired magazine, Revere schools in Bath, Ohio reported similar problems. Revere spent around $15,000 to install 16 detectors in the middles and high schools. At the beginning of the school year, parents were thrilled, but administrators rarely made it to the bathrooms in time to catch the vapors mid-puff. There are also problems with posters and rewards. Some people may take advantage of the rewards, and all of the teachers would have to be okay with giving extra credit. Teens need to be thoroughly educated about drugs, not just have a reward or consequence if they do or don't do drugs. Success would be a lower percent of teens using and abusing drugs. It is unrealistic for success to be 0% of teen drug use because the fact of the matter is that drugs are too prevalent these days to expect 100% of teens within a school to be drug-free. Maybe with more extensive matters, there could be a 100% success rate, but that will take a lot of time and even bigger and better solutions than just posters, rewards, and vape detectors. A cultural norm for most teenagers abusing drugs has hit many schools in the U.S. hard. Trying to prevent teen drug use connects to the ideals of transcendentalism by going against a social norm. Although teen drug abuse is a social norm, it does not mean that teens abusing drugs should be accepted and tolerated. In this case, going against the social norm of teen drug abuse is a good thing. To prevent teens from developing life-threatening habits, schools and parents need to go against the social norm.